Hey folks, so just to quickly introduce ourselves, I'm Dennis.
I'm Laura.
I'm Will.
And really appreciate you guys coming to class and giving us the opportunity for giving this presentation. Thanks to the staff, Henry, Yale, and all the TAs. So what we'll be presenting today is our project on red teaming a production app, Byte AI market analysis, which is an AI-first app used to track stocks. So first of all, what is red teaming, which is what we did? Red teaming is basically a way to perform a controlled attack, a cyber attack on a production app. So Henry went over this in the first couple days of class regarding an MBTA attack, which we took a lot of inspiration from. So this could include what's called penetration tests, social engineering, stress tests, etc. And oftentimes there are what are called bug bounties out there, like the one that's in this image here, which are often best practices for certain compliance frameworks like SOC 2 compliance, as an example. So why is red teaming important? Well, the issue is there are cyber attacks and threats all the time. So you look at most recently with the X platform attack in March 2025, so just a couple months ago, we had this massive DDoS attack coming in from botnets, basically attacking exposed servers. So enough on that. We also had an AWS outage in 2021, which took down the MIT COVID Pass framework, which is, I think that was actually a past report as well in this class. So definitely super relevant. Finally, another example of this is the Messenger outage that also happened relatively recently, 2022. And a lot of MIT students can remember that as well, given that it affected so many class operations. So real quick, just to go over the architecture, we have Byte AI using AWS as its main cloud computing service. So that will take care of the user management up top with what's called Cognito, which is a service provided by AWS. We also have a purchases manager called Revenue Cat, which Laura and William will be getting into here in the next couple slides. And here's just a screenshot of the client, which is how users can interface with the app. So if you want to take it away, Laura.
Yeah, so in order to understand the app and formulate our attacks, we use a tool called Burp Suite. This app is an iOS app. It's sending all its requests out via HTTPS. So in order for us to have access to the HTTPS request, you have to go into your phone, enable trust, and use Burp Suite as a proxy so that all your Wi-Fi packets are being routed through there. And you can see in this screenshot kind of what that looks like. In Burp Suite, you can read each request before you forwarded it on. And in these lower part of this thing, you can see you have all the information in the HTTPS request. It includes things like the user ID and the auth token. So we can use this to understand where some vulnerabilities might be. Using Burp Suite, we found a vulnerability in something called CORS, cross-origin resource sharing. So web servers have a header, access control allow origin. It tells, it determines which domains are allowed to send HTTPS requests to the server. Of course, the domain that the application is loaded from is going to be allowed, but sometimes the server might want other domains to have access as well. Maybe the application is split across domains. In this case, we saw that Byte AI had that set to wildcard. It was allowing all origins. Why was this a vulnerability? Well, this app has a premium, it has an unpaid and a paid version. If you want to access certain features, you need a premium access. And what happens is if you try to toggle something with an unpaid account, it's first going to check your user status, if you are paid or unpaid, and only if it's a premium account will it then send the HTTPS request. But you can find what that HTTPS request is. You can send it from a different domain, like your Safari browser console or something, and the backend is going to set it. It's not going to know that it didn't run that check. So as you can see, that is what we did. Some of the premium features in this app were the number of stock accounts that you can track is capped at 3. We set it to 4. Insider trade alerts is a premium feature, and normally the number of alerts that you can set per day is capped at 5. And all of these things we were able to set to true with an unpaid account. So this is a vulnerability because obviously it's going to be a revenue loss.
So now we're going to go over a couple of attacks that we tried that didn't end up succeeding. So the first one here is attempting to set a non-premium user to premium status via the RevenueCat API. So via packet sniffing through Burp Suite, we were able to obtain the product ID, but we ended up, we couldn't modify the user status on the RevenueCat end because the API key that we obtained from packet sniffing was read-only, so we couldn't actually write any new changes into RevenueCat to change user status. And the second main attack we tried was trying to get infinite user gift cards from signing up. So in the app, when you sign up for premium, you're given a gift card, and we tried to our attack mainly centered around spamming the V1 purchases endpoint. And besides that, we tried direct calls, replay attacks to send multiple gift card requests, as well as spoofing packets to try to get the endpoint to send us more gift cards. And this ended up failing as well because of various middleware and gift flags.
Yeah, so as we can see, we've performed a number of attacks. Some worked, some didn't, which is expected in a in-production app like Byte AI. Some recommendations that our team came up with were to restrict cores to a certain subset. So in this case, maybe this URL here on the screen, in order to not allow every client to access the backend. We also decided that it's a good idea to add more rate limiting to prevent someone from spamming an endpoint, even if they're unsuccessful at getting in. It can just clog up server traffic as well, which is a pretty big deal. And finally, one more thing we want to discuss was race conditions and maybe DDoS simulations, maybe as some sort of a future work type of thing. In terms of if we had more time, we might pursue some of these avenues. And so in conclusion, again, just to recap, we came up with a number of vulnerabilities, paywall bypass, like what Laura did, utilizing cores. And we talked about the importance of red teaming. So we can probably end it there. Do we have any questions? Yeah, go for it.
You mentioned sniffing the packets. Are the packets encrypted end-to-end?
Yes, that's why Burp Suite, you have to, from your iPhone, you have to enable trust for that proxy,
Oh,
which is, it's not going to let you steal other people's data, but it does allow you to upgrade your own account.
see your own.
Yeah, and then, so Laura nailed it, and then I'll just add on. What a lot of people do as an industry standard is just by using like HTTPS over TLS, that automatically encrypts traffic. And so you can actually like avoid a lot of man-in-the-middle attacks, even without doing anything, quote, special, which is kind of cool. Anyone else?
Any other questions?
I guess you all know. I'm hoping that you all asked permission from the vendor before you went into this, and I'm curious what their response was to the.
Yeah, well, it's my app, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're good.
What did you respond?
Yeah, anything for the grade, right? No. It's fine. In terms of, I don't know, infrastructure, AWS doesn't care, etc. It's and like we talked about in previous slides, red teaming is often even a recommended best practice with things like SOC 2, right? Which is a compliance framework for startups. So we didn't do anything that's like unethical or anything crazy.
Great, I have the same concern. Okay, great. Any other? So fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.